Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, we want to talk about the Miami Heat's rookie, Kasparas Jakučionis, and his breakout performance last night against the Boston Celtics. The Miami Heat were extremely shorthanded last night. They had no Tyler Hero. Davion Mitchell was a late scratch. Andrew Wiggins was out. Pelle Larsson was out. Nikola Jovic, who's been in and out of the rotation and has been getting DNPs of late, was out as well, which I don't think really counts that much. But still, the Miami Heat only had 10 guys available, and the rookie was thrown in the fire. This was only his second game. I'm going to say second game because he did play one game before a few weeks ago, and he played the final 30 seconds in a blowout, so I don't think that counts. So this was his second opportunity to play a real game, and he started, and he played amazing, even though the Miami Heat lost to the Boston Celtics, who are also missing a superstar in their own right, but they're the number 3 or 4 seed in the East. We're number 7. And the Miami Heat have been struggling mightily and have basically won 2 games in the last 9, 2 out of the last 9 or so. I think they're 3-7 in the last 10. So rough game for the Miami Heat, even though they were in it and performed very well until the fourth quarter. And the Boston Celtics just hit a barrage of threes on us and destroyed us in that fourth quarter. And one of the bright spots, though, in this game was Kasparas Jakučionis and his promising night starting, and one of the best games we've seen from a Miami Heat rookie. And so I'm here to talk about why I think he deserves minutes moving forward. I know he got the opportunity again because a lot of our guards are out, specifically Tyler and Davion, but he made a statement last night. Like, he didn't just fill in a roster spot last night. He showcased why he was supposed to be potentially a lottery pick and luckily fell to the Miami Heat. So last night, his stat line was great. 17 points. It wasn't just the scoring. He hit a 5 for 8 from 3, which was amazing. In the preseason, the summer league, he was turning the ball over like crazy, and his shot was just completely off. He was getting good looks, but just missing. But in the G League, he's finally getting an opportunity in some minutes and playing time, which I think is what he needed. And he is playing with confidence and had 17 points, also 6 rebounds, which is great. He's a big guard. He's listed at 6'5", so he gives us functional size at the point guard position, unlike when we play Davion Mitchell or Drew Smith, who are both 6 feet tall, basically. So the rebounding was there. His playmaking, even though he didn't have the ball in his hands, he was playing way more off ball, standing in the corner a lot of times, which is natural when you have Jaime Jaquez inserted in the starting lineup as well. And then obviously Norman Powell is going to, bring the ball up and have a lot of usage, but still had 4 assists. So he's a good passer. You can see he has that skill set and can be a true point guard for this Miami Heat, because Davion's not a true point guard. Drew Smith is not a true point guard. Hero is obviously not a point guard. He's a combo guard. So we don't have a true point guard. He could be that. And his elite shooting was exactly what the Miami Heat needed. He showed off his 3-point shooting ability, which is what the Miami Heat desperately needs, especially in a season where spacing and shooting has been inconsistent. Playmaking again, decision-making, finishing with more assists and turnovers. That's a big deal for a rookie. Rebounding and effort, 6 boards, including offensive rebounds, shows he's not afraid of contact. So this wasn't a fluke. He made the most of his opportunity, and there are a few reasons why the Miami Heat should consider keeping him in the rotation. And one, his shooting ability, his playmaking ability, his confidence, like his pick and roll. He's a bigger pick and roll threat than pretty much anybody else on this roster. I mean, Davion's a pretty good pick and roll threat. He's developed into a pretty good playmaker himself, but he does fit into this Miami Heat system. Defensive effort, his footwork, his ability to slide his feet. He's not playing with his hands. He competes on that end very well, and Spoelstra always values competitive defenders. Coach Spoelstra likes what he sees. Spo said he was encouraged by his first meaningful minutes, saying that Kasparas gave energy and competitiveness when the Miami Heat needed it. There was plays where he guarded Jaylen Brown effectively. Of course, he's going to get a lot of fouls called on him because he's a rookie. But either way, the kid can score. He can create. He can compete. That's the blueprint for rotation minutes, especially for a team trying to find consistency. And this team sucks right now. We're a bad team. So what do we have to gain, honestly, or lose, honestly, at this point? We need to see if he's going to be a part of our future. We need to give him the minutes now and the opportunity now. He developed and learned with the Skyforce, and he's showing that he could be someone that can contribute. And I understand why we didn't play him because, again, yes, he has more potential and probably is going to be a better player than Drew Smith. I mean, he's definitely going to be a better player than Drew Smith. No offense to Drew. Love Drew. But Drew has had NBA experience. He's played in the NBA longer and has had more meaningful minutes. He's an amazing defender. So I get why he is ahead of him. Davion obviously should be ahead of him. He's our starting point guard. Hero, obviously, all-star, amazing. But I still really think you should take away some of Drew's minutes because as good of a defender Drew has been, we're still not winning. And it's not Drew's fault. I think he is a good defender in his own right. And he gives you functional size and more consistency, I bet, if you give him more opportunity to contribute offensively, because Drew is not a consistent scorer. Yes, he can hit the three ball at times or get to the rim at times, but he's not looking for a shot ever. Kasparas can look for his shot, score, but also he's a true point guard. So he's, of course, going to look to facilitate, get guys into their spots first. And he's also going to compete on the defensive end. So this was huge for him. And the loss to the Celtics sucks, but this individual performance mattered. And Jakučionis battled. He stayed aggressive. He didn't force things. He only had one turnover. He impacted the game in multiple ways. And he showed he's NBA ready finally. Miami's guard rotation, again, can be crowded, like I said. But when a rookie scores 18 points off quality shooting, gets you assists, hustles, rebounds, he deserves an extended chance. And you don't just go back to that same old small ball lineup. And we're sucking. So why not infuse someone else to change the dynamics of this team, change the chemistry, reward the production, reward the effort? I think Kasparas Jakučionis should stay in the rotation. I don't think he's amazing. Obviously, he's a rookie. He's going to probably have a horrible game the next game he plays because he's going to be inconsistent, because he's learning. He's playing against professionals for the first time in his career. So after last night's performance, I think he's earned more chances. I think this brings something to the team that they desperately need, which is hopefully reliable shooting, hopefully sustained rebounding, hopefully continue playmaking and instincts, and hopefully another tenacious defender who is looking to play balls to the wall on the defensive end, which I love. He's super aggressive. He reminds me of Pella, how aggressive Pella is on defense as well. So if you're a Heat fan, last night was the kind of night that gets you excited, even though this team sucks and we lost. But this gets you excited about the future. Him and Kalel look great in the pick and roll. Kalel had an amazing game last night, 6 3-pointers. He had 24 and 12. He's been looking good. They're showing why they could be your future starting point guard and starting center. Well, Kalel should be the starting center from now on at this point, honestly. But maybe Kasparas could be that X factor down the stretch that Jovic was supposed to be, even though they're different positions. But Jovic tries to play like a point guard or a point forward anyway and has guard skills. So maybe Jakučionis, takes away. Sorry, Jovic, you don't play when you come back based on the way you've been playing unless there's injuries. Maybe you take away some of Pella's minutes. You still need Pella as a wing, but maybe take away a few minutes of Pella's minutes, take away some of Drew's minutes, take away mostly Jovic's minutes, honestly, at this point, and that's how you keep him in the rotation. Take away some of Fontecchio's minutes. Shit, that guy's been horrible too. I just think you play Cass. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Heat Nation, do you think you should stay in the rotation and continue to play during the season?